Summer sunny day, the water temperature here is about 18 centigrade, which in a 5 mil wetsuit is basically bath water. Tide was low, so I thought I would take advantage of that and try and scuba dive down to the Nakaya. This is the location from which I made my first dive to head down to the wreck. And as luck would have it, I ended up right on the stern of the Nakaya, which was nice. It was very shallow, only about 45 or 50 feet deep here. You can see there was a small loose school of shiners hanging out around the stern. I trundled up along the port side trying to get myself and the wreck in frame at the same time, not doing too great a job of it. And the base of this rope is at about 20 meters, and as I pan up, you can see at the very top, maybe 10 meters shallower, there's a bunch of plumose anemones, and those make a nice target if you're trying to free dive down onto the Nakaya. I always hear stories of giant ling on the Nakaya. This ling was reasonably big, but I don't think it would have cracked 10 kilo. I made my way back to the stern of the Nakaya and then started heading up slope towards the shore. And here you can see the anchor for the surface marker that I showed you earlier, which is about 10 meters shorewards from the Nakaya. The swim from the Nakaya up to the shore is mostly over a mud bottom, but there's still lots to see. You can see there are several very large Velcro stars, and brittle stars, and nudibranchs, and sponges, and so forth. I reached the shore in about 10 or 12 meters of water where the rocks began, and you can see this overachieving leather star on one of the rocks. I don't know what was happening here, but this rock was really popular with green sea urchins. Now that summer's here, there's lots of perch in the shallows, and I wanted to try and get some video of the perch and myself in the frame. And I don't think the perch like bubbles that much, so what I did here was I tried to make my exhales very long, very slow, and only exhaling a small amount of air at any one time. And at least some of the shiners have definitely had their babies. This is a school of adult shiners with a school of juveniles in behind it. And some of the adults actually look like they're still pregnant. As I was heading back to the main diving area from quarter mile past Porteau, I ran into this bunch of crabs. These aren't babies, these are full-size crabs. They would be nice to eat, except this is a protected area. and I woke this guy up, so he squirted something nasty at me. There's not much to orient yourself as you're heading from quarter mile past Porteau back to the main diving area. The bottom's relatively flat, so nothing to navigate with. I was getting a bit worried that I would miss it. But then this ling dog came out and was kind enough to guide me all the way back to the main dive area. The striped surf perch were engaged in some kind of ritual. I'm not sure if this was a mating ritual or some kind of territorial ritual. And here's a little kelp surf perch, which are basically the rarest species of surf perch around Vancouver. After about 50 minutes underwater, it was time to start proceeding towards the surface, and I just hung out here at about uh, 3 meters for a few minutes as a safety stop. And thanks to the ling dog, it was a short swim back to the exit point.